Hi, welcome back. So in this particular video, we will be learning about the searching algorithms. Nothing to do with the upcoming sessions, but we have learned till now arrays and the objects. So these two topics are very simple to be learned and to be coded. That's why I pick first them. So we have two kind of searching mainly, the linear search and the binary search. So first we will see the linear search. In linear, nothing, simple code, nothing. We have to search the element. So I have taken already an example here and we will code for the example and we will implement it. So what we will be having, we will given an array and we have to find out the element, whether this element is existing in the array or not. Simple. If this is existing, we need to return the index, and if it is not existing, then we need to return the -1 value that will represent the element is not existing. Okay, so let's start. We can write down our function with the name of linear search. Okay, linear search, and in this we will be passing our array and a target element. One thing you should notice that the linear search will be applicable if the array is not sorted. Okay, if the array is sorted, definitely go with binary search because that's have a good complexity as compared to the linear search, right? So we have a target value and the array. Okay, so just pass the data inside the linear search so that we can work upon that. I'm just copying the value from here and we'll put out here. Okay, so now our array will be having this array and the target would be getting this 7. Well, let's start writing the code. What we can do, simple write down a for loop which will be going through the whole array because the array is not sorted, and in order to search the element we need to traverse the complete array. Simple for loop I'm writing in the JavaScript. I do not make it much complex so that you can understand clearly. Starting from this 0 will be go less than array dot length. Okay, length. Okay, I don't want to do any mistake in the spelling, that's why. And I plus plus, very simple. Now we need to apply the condition here. If the value array of I, if this value becomes equal to, we just checking if the array of I is equal to the value target, then simple return the I would be the index of that element, and this will be going through the loop. If this is not match, it will simple increment the I. At the end, if we complete the loop, we finish the loop, we come out from that means we do not find out the element. In that condition we can return -1 that represent that value is not existing in the array. Well, it's depend on the interview. They can say that you can return false or true, so it's completely depend. We are just returning the index if it is found and -1 if did not found. 7 definitely present here, and I think that's the index of 5. So let's run. It's my linear search, so I'm using Node.js as I have previously run same, and I will be running my linear search. Okay, so it did not show any value. Why? Because we do not print anything here. So let's just do const answer is equal to like this, and we will be console.log the answer, and I will run again the value. So you can see that's the index number 5th where the 7 is present, and you can calculate that too. What happen if the element is not present? Let's say 17, which is not here, we can see. So definitely algorithm should return that the value is not present here. Well, it's returning -1, that means the value is not present. Nothing much to do with the linear search, just in for loop, right? And that much of coding I already teach you in the array section. If you do not have watched, click on the I button, there you will be see video. Just watch that because the lot of concept of array and with loops I have teach you there. Okay, so without wasting of time, let's go to the binary search. I hope you understand how the linear search is working. Nothing much to do with that, man. And honestly, let me tell you, no one is directly going to ask you like write the code for the linear search and binary search. Definitely questions becomes very interesting, and we will see them later. So let me clear the console first. Okay, we will go to the binary search, and don't worry, by the way, if you need that code, you can go to the website workforwin.com, link given in the description box. You can check out there. Or if you want my ebook, which is the mastery in JavaScript, or the book name is Master the Interview in JavaScript. I have written that book, ebook. That's an ebook you can download. So that's link also in the given description. You can check out that. Definitely you should check out, because the whole journey of the software engineering and important questions, and how you can ace your interview inside the JavaScript, that's also given inside that. So that's a good book, definitely you should check out. Okay, now we will be moving on to the binary search. Well, this is interesting. How binary search works, we need to understand first that thing. In order to understand binary search, how the binary search is working, simple. The array should be sorted. This is the first condition for the binary search. And I'm sorry for the disturbance, just my mic is not well placed today. I hope the sound will be clear. Yes. So in binary search, the first condition is that array should be sorted. And similarly, in linear search, what we do? We search the element. In binary search too, we will search the element, but the way will be different. In linear search, the complexity become of n, as we will pass through the whole array. But in binary search, it is sorted, so we can play a trick so that it can give us a slog and a complexity that's pretty good as compared to O of n. So what we will do, we will find out the mid element. How? We will be having 2 pointers here. And if you want to consider this problem inside 2-pointer problem, definitely you should consider, because here we will be having 2-pointer which will be starting and the ending. And using those pointer, we will be finding out the mid element. We will check whether the mid element is equal to the target element. So there will become 3 conditions, like equal to the target element, definitely it is equal. We can directly return the value or the index that we found the element, or the target will be lesser than or greater than. Depending on that, we will move our left and right pointers. So let's write down the code. You will better understand when we will implement that. And at the end, if all 3 conditions passed and we come out from the loops, so we can say that, oh man, the element is not existing which you are targeting. Simple, we can return that. So without wasting of time, let's create a function which will be our binary search, and in that we will be again passing an array and a target element as we did in linear search. So let's create const answer is equal to the binary search. If you get confused why I'm writing const answer, just to console it, and if you want directly you can console out it, but I want to clean my code, that's why I'm putting it like that. Nothing much rocket science inside it. Okay, so I copied the array and the target element from there, and let's console.log the answer so that we can see the output. Okay, this is the basic condition here, everyone can write down. The main logic will start till here. From here the main logic will be starting. Let's create our let. We need 2 pointer which will be start, which equal to the 0, and we require a end pointer which we will be write down the end, and which will be equal to array dot length length of -1. Okay, now we need to write down our conditions. We will check if array dot length is equal to 0. That might be the also conditions. In that condition, we can directly return element not found, because if array is not existing, definitely array will not containing that element. So we can return element is not found. Simple. Well, if this is not the condition, we will using the while loop here. So we will check whether the start is less than or equal to end, and using that condition we will enter. What we're doing, we need to search only till when our start is lesser than or equal to end. Why? Because start at point start will go ahead the end point. No way to run the loop, because it will be going to the infinity, and we have traversed whole array, so there is no benefit to run that loop, right? So we will run only till the start will be lesser than or equal to the end point. Okay, so here we need to find out the mid element. So let's find out, let mid equal to, so we can say parse int. Parse int, why? Because if the float value comes, we will passing out the value here into the parse int, and it will convert it into the integer. Definitely we require an integer value, and we will sum up and plus start, and we will divide it with the 2 so that we can get the mid value. Once we get the mid value, simple 3 logics we need to apply. We need to check array of mid. If this value becomes, or let's say we will directly check if this value is lesser than the target value, then what we can do in these conditions, then we will switch to the start will be equal to mid plus 1, right? Simple. Then we will go with else if. Here we will go with the array of mid. Third condition, what I told you, it might be greater than what? Target. So if this is greater than target, what we can do, we have to shift the end is equal to, end will be equal to mid of -1. Simple. And third condition will be else condition, and in this condition we can directly return the value, because this is the condition when the middle will be equal to the target, so in that we can directly return this value. So we can say that element found at, you don't need to write down these kinds of things, you can directly return the index, but just for the fun way I'm writing, we will return the mid, or we will write down index. We just saying that we found out the element at this index. Very simple. And the condition will be if we come out through the loop, and that means simple, we do not found the element, the target element inside the array, and we return that thing too. So what we will do, outside the loop we can return here, we do not found the element are not found. So this was the simple logic. Let's run. I hope it works fine, and definitely it will be. Node. Now this time I run binary search file, element found at third index. Oh, we search the 8 here. Okay, let's check 0th index, first index, second index, and third index. Well, it works pretty well. If I search 2 here, or let me run again, element found at 0th index. Well, it's working pretty fine. Let's search 30. If I do this, element found at 9th index. Okay, I search for, let's say, 81, which is not existing in the loop, so it should return that element did not found, and definitely it's saying element not found. All right, so it's working pretty fine. I hope you understand how the linear and binary search are working. Binary search is quite interesting because using that there will be a lot of question will become, and definitely pretty good question will be, and we will solve them later. But before moving on, we will learn the pretty much good about the data structure, because we will be learning more about the arrays. I have only told you about the arrays and the properties, by default properties which JavaScript provides, and in further one we will be creating our own array. For example, the pre-built array you get, we can create our own array. Remember, the each and every data structure you are using that is pre-built, you can create your own. Nothing to do with your interview, but that will give you a good understanding of that logic, how that array is working, or you will be understand, you will be going deep diving into the concepts that will be making you a good programmer. My intention is to make you a good programmer, not the person who grabs the things and just go to the interview. Oh, this is the questions, and that person teach me how I know that. And if interview gives you another taste of questions and you say that's, oh, that person do not teach on his YouTube video, so that's a bad person. So I want to make it that kind of person who says that, oh, well, this is pretty much good taste of these questions and I can solve because I have learned the logics of these questions from Workforwin YouTube channels. So well, stay tuned and don't forget to check out my ebook And thanks for watching.